This is the book of Ecclesiasticus. Salakia, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, starting at verse 1, and it reads. It says, Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Pretty much the Lord created you basically to obey and serve him. It tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, the whole duty of man is to fear the Most High, keep his commandments. Verse 2, while the sun or the moon, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, while you still got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it's available to you. So just talk about being a famine of the word, which we see fastly approaching. All it's going to take is like some kind of major event, where they can pretty much cripple the internet. And the internet is a means for individuals to, find out in real time what's going on, what's taking place, because the powers that be can't really control the narrative. If I can upload something, they can say one thing on the news, but I can upload something personally. I did a video about what took place with the Nazis in a small town in Ohio on a freeway pass, and brothers actually had footage of it. So me reading the article, it talks about how a picture, pretty much, how's it worded? A preacher says a 1,000 words, roughly paraphrased. Verse 3, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. The grinders represent the jobs, which we're seeing ceasing, and that's pretty much what inspired this lesson. I was going to do, looking for an article to do a lesson on, and I ain't see not one, but two, and on top of it, you got the biggest contractor in the world laying off right now. You got these federal judges pretty much trying to freeze and stop Trump from doing what he's doing, which is dismantling the government. And, in America, Babylon the Great, this corporation, and you got judges that's actually allowing him to do it. I just read a title of something where it was saying pretty much, with they tried to freeze him with pretty much doing the buyout for the government employees, and the judge pretty much allowed it. Verse 3 again, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, because they looking out, at the financial forecast of this place. And I watch a few different economists, and everybody is in the same or in agreement that this place is circling the drain. And although they coming up with speaking carnally of ways to try to combat it and deal with it, ultimately is no combating this, because they're about to bring in a new system. Again, the moves that Trump are making, like with the pretty much the stopping the manufacturing of pennies and nickels, soon will lead to dimes and quarters, and then ultimately, because again, you got to think about it. America's broke. And Donald Trump is not a war veteran or a lifetime politician. He's a businessman. I forgot what the term is called. You got like a corporate takeover, but you also got like a liquidation sale, which a company will liquidate its assets or products in order to make some kind of profit. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, those that get up early, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low, which the music is horrendous in this day and age. Maybe one or two people I can listen to. For the most part, the music sucks. So we're watching this play out right before our eyes. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Hakodash, double honors to the elders and to the apostles that told me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim, across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. I say shalom to the Akim and the Akwat to listening and learning. Lord, willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but who subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Brother Yawasop, coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. How did I even do that? So this lesson is inspired. I was looking for something to do an article on. I was going to do it on, I think it's Ford, said that they're pretty much announcing layoffs. And pretty much did. I looked out and Lord and behold, like right after that, it was talking about another company. This is Ford CEO warns of layoffs. J.P. Morgan Chase reportedly to start rounds of layoffs. Let's see if anybody else. It's going into pretty much how these tariffs is going to affect everybody. You got these different states that's kicking people off of Medicaid. I was going to do a lesson on that because I think Texas already took off like a certain amount of people, but now you got Michigan. I was going to do a lesson on that. Administration of the U.S. Senator office concerns over Trump's administration because they know that these things that he's doing is going to ultimately affect them. Okay, so but you got two major companies, Ford and then Chase, and ultimately the government. So we know the time we're living in. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 19. I'm gonna begin at verse 1, and it reads, "And the Egyptians will I get Salakia." Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1, the burden of Egypt, meaning the prophecy. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yah shall ride up upon a swift cloud, meaning the chariot, and shall come into Egypt, which Babylon the Great, aka America, is the modern day Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, which the American people, the red Hebrew Edomite, is the modern day Egyptian. And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Ultimately, it's going to be race wars and whatnot, but you're going to have Esau against Esau. This place is completely divided. You got Elon Musk and Trump that ain't agreeing with everything. And it's amazing how this place works. You could be in a whole totally different industry and you spend enough money. I learned that in school, though. You got these different lobbyists. It's not the government that actually passes laws. You got these lobbyists that pay, these different government officials to pass the laws that they want to put in place. Skipping to verse 4. And the Egyptians will give over into the hand of a cruel lord. And we believe that that cruel lord is DJ Trump. Now, the elder said something. He said, now, this place can go on and then they could put somebody even worse in. But I believe wholeheartedly that it's this guy. I've been coming across too many different articles and whatnot. He's all crypto. He's got money invested in crypto. I forgot where I came across the information, but they was talking about how it was somebody that was into digital currencies, and they was pretty much talking about the meme coin was a scam. They was talking about the guy Logan and Jake Paul. Pretty much, they got a little podcast or whatnot, and they was like, they do it all the time. They'll create a meme coin, have people invest into it, and then they'll pull it off the market. And that's pretty much what DJ Trump did. That's what, they talking about 2 billion, or I forgot how many people, but people that basically invested in the coin, they've already lost 2 billion. But from what I heard, he pretty much raised like 500 billion. Scriptures talk about curse be the man that trusteth in man. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the Lord of hosts. Isaiah chapter 14 talks about the king of Babylon. And DJ Trump is not doing, you got to remember, the way that the government's set up, you got checks and balances. DJ Trump is just passing decrees, you know what I mean, and bypassing, birthright citizenship is part of the Constitution. For him to be able to challenge that, you must not be going by the Constitution. You got this particular judge where they say he's from Rhode Island or Maine, basically writing these orders to stop Trump, but he's a regular judge. Ultimately, it has to be the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is not saying nothing, showing you that they all in league together. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14, and it reads, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Look at these people are so enticed and engulfed in, you know, the Super Bowl halftime show with Kendrick Lamar. And I don't watch the Super Bowl, but I was listening to the particular brother, the elder. He was like, "Oh, it was garbage, it was butt." He went in on it. But the point is, you know, like he said, you people are so goofy. Y'all thinking Kendrick Lamar actually had a say so, or like Kendrick Lamar is a rapper. He didn't have the say so on. He probably didn't even pick what he was wearing. You know, everything is set up and staged. Like, you got people behind the scenes that influence, just like how you had people behind the scenes that was influencing David Chappelle to wear the fucking dress. So you got these people engulfed, and you know, scriptures talk about groping like a blind man. Verse 15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. You know, I was watching particular brothers here in Cleveland on a live, because I'm subscribed to certain brothers. So, you know, when they go live or whatever, I get notified. And they was in the spirit. You know, it's too much going on. This can very well be that year. Now, more than likely it won't. It's spiritual that next year will be the 250th year of Babylon the Great. And like the elder brought out, pretty much no kingdom pretty much goes longer than 250 years. That's how the Lord set it up. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 3, and it reads, "The land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have spoken this word." Verse 4, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish." You know, in Babylon the Great, these people are considered proud and haughty, but everybody's in a low spirit, a low estate, you know, because everybody's suffering. Verse 5, "The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant." You know, these devils pretty much isn't, you know, the scriptures talk about the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And pretty much these devils is ruling in complete wickedness. And like I said, just imagine with DJ Trump, his agenda, you know, he, and like I said again, I like what the spirit he in, because, you know, like the elder worded, pretty much the Lord got his hand in his back. This is the agenda and the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So I'm going to end it with Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 5, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, power and evil, and only evil behold is come." Coming back to Ecclesiastes chapter 12, about before the evil day. Evil is a compound word, Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. These bad times are here, and it's only going to get worse. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of your power, whose true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, or you will be destroyed. And with that, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwat that they listen and learning. Lord, willingly this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, who subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Until next time, maybe come another lesson. Say shalom, shalom. Say Kwam Yasharallah. Say Mawatha Lababah. Shalom.